So you're looking for that summer fresh fragrance that smells juicy and delicious, but you also want beast mode performance at a reasonable price. Well, you've come to the right place because this is Hawass and you're watching Mags Frags. Yes, hello again everyone and welcome to another episode of Mags Frags. I'm Paul and this is day 22 of my Fragrance 365 project where I talk about a different fragrance every day for a whole year. In yesterday's episode we travelled to the Middle East to talk about a rich, dark and mysterious scent. But when you think of Middle Eastern scents, you don't tend to think of bright citrusy fragrances. But this is Hawass and it was launched in 2015 by a fragrance house in the United Arab Emirates called Rasasi. This will often be referred to as a clone of the now discontinued Invictus Aqua from 2016, but obviously it can't be a clone as it was released a year earlier. However, it does smell extremely similar and it's a great replacement for the Invictus if you enjoyed that one and you can no longer find it. The top notes in this one are red apple, bergamot, lemon, cinnamon, pear and pineapple. In the mid we've got orange blossom, cardamom, plum, melon and violet. And in the base there's patchouli, ambergris, amberwood, musk, sandalwood and cedarwood. The fruit notes that have been selected for this fragrance are based around juicy, wet and mouth-watering fruits rather than being zesty citrus accords. The usual bergamot and lemon notes are listed in the note breakdown, but they don't dominate the opening like you'd find in like a Chanel fresh fragrance. Instead what you get are notes of melon, pear, pineapple, red apple and plum that are all blended together to create a delicious explosion of fruitiness that I would say is very unisex and mass appealing. There's also a touch of cinnamon and cardamom to add a hint of spiciness, and there's some woody notes listed, but to me there's no noticeable woodiness at all in this fragrance and it stays fruity all the way through to the dry down. I think the fragrance overall stays fairly linear, keeping its fruity character, but there's also a touch of spiciness and it's got a slight metallic vibe to it as well. It's definitely one that you'd believe was in the Invictus line if you smelled this one when you're out and about. Yeah, it comes in this very heavy, chunky clear glass bottle with the branding across the front in chrome. The cap's metal and it's very weighty and it has this like snake detailing around the edge there. Now I've had a few bottles of this and I would say that it's just a little bit hit and miss in terms of quality control. This one here, the cap, it will hardly stay on, whereas on a previous bottle this is really on solidly, so that's like really well made, whereas on this one it will not stay on at all, so you couldn't pick it up with that. Also sometimes you'll get an atomizer that will, when you spray it, it'll leak juice down the front, and then some has got a decent atomizer. On the box, sometimes the box might come a little bit beaten up. But yeah, the presentation on some of these cheaper Middle Eastern fragrances, you have to kind of watch because some are better than others. The spray quality on this one is fine, but there you go, that second one missed. Oh, beautiful, it does smell nice. And the box itself has got it's got like a snake skin design around there, and that comes in chrome. It's got that really nice soft touch box with a logo on the top, and then you've got the batch code there down on the bottom. So yeah, the presentation on these, sometimes let's say they are a little bit hit and miss, but overall you can kind of get through it. Yeah, I'd say this is best suited to the spring and summertime for the office or as a daytime daily driver. I think men and women could easily pull this one off, and it's also suitable for any age range, but I'd imagine you'd probably smell it on more under 25s. It's fairly sweet and it's very playful, so I wouldn't reach for it as a formal occasion or a dressed up situation, but for any other situation it'll be absolutely perfect. It's super easy to wear. This is a huge performer, but there's been lots of talk recently about recent reformulations not having the same level of performance as previous batches. This is a 2019 batch, and my last one was from 2017. And for me, I couldn't notice a huge difference, but the early formulations did have a slight purple tint in the juice, and the more recent ones are more clear. This later batch may have a little bit less projection, I don't know, but don't be fooled into thinking that this fragrance doesn't perform, because it still performs like a beast. Yeah, when I first bought this after watching a lot of online hype from various reviewers, I remember wondering when it arrived what all the fuss was about. But then it's one that it just gets better and better the more you wear it. I absolutely love this one now, especially when the weather starts to improve and you've been wearing dark tobacco and amber type scents all winter long. And then you break out this fruit bomb for the first time and it's just gorgeous. This is for anyone who really enjoyed Invictus Aqua 2016 but doesn't want to pay the huge asking prices since it went discontinued. The price of this has gone up though since it's received loads of attention, but you can still pick a bottle up like this, a 100ml bottle, for still under £60. And for something that smells so good and performs so well, I would definitely recommend this one as a blind buy. And for that reason, Hawass by Rasasi gets a full 10 out of 10 from me. Yeah, so once again, that's about it for today's scent of the day. My parcel that I've been waiting for about 3 weeks now still hasn't arrived with this brand spanking new exciting release. So tomorrow instead I'm going to be talking about an affordable little gem of a fragrance, so make sure you tune in for that one. Also, if you've liked this video, please don't forget to give it a like or subscribe to the channel. Your support is very much appreciated. It would also be great to hear your thoughts on this fragrance if you already owned it, as well as any other fragrances that I've covered recently in this 365 project. So let me know down in the comments section what you think. So until next time everybody, thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, keep smelling fresh. Bye bye for now.